Good morning, good morning, good morning, ibuumerang. Good evening, good afternoon, good day, good night, wherever it is, whatever it is, wherever it is that you are. I want to welcome everybody to the call today. I know you guys are probably still up on what we call Cloud 9. I definitely am. You know why? I got it. You know what I'm talking about? I got it. And, today, guys, really exciting. We've got some recap things that I am going to go over today. People still, like I said, they have not come down yet. I was talking to a couple of ambassadors yesterday, and our phones got disconnected. And everybody I was talking to, it just appeared like after talking to them for like 5 seconds, we got disconnected. And I'm like, okay, why is everybody hanging up on me? And what we did is we ran a little test, and we realized that your phone disconnects when you are above the cell phone towers. So see, they were still up in the cloud somewhere, and trying to make a connection above the cell phone towers down to me just doesn't work, right? So if you're having that issue calling some ambassadors and the phone is being disconnected, it's because they're still up there somewhere in the cloud, all right? Somewhere in the cloud, and it's okay to stay up there somewhere in the cloud. Well, anyway, happy Wednesday. Is today Wednesday?
Yep. Yes, sir.
All right, today is Wednesday, right? It's been running. My days have been just like running like crazy, so I don't know what day it is. They say it's Wednesday today, so happy Wednesday wherever you are. Some places in the world it may be Thursday, right? Almost Thursday. Some places in the world maybe Thursday already, Thursday morning. But happy Wednesday or happy Thursday morning wherever you are. I hope you are ready for some recap, a couple updates, and just some really good stuff that we've got that's going on. I want to say congratulations, first of all. Congratulations to every one of you, because you guys made Vision 2020 exactly what everybody is saying that it is and that it was. Reason I'll say that it is, why? Because Vision 2020 is still going on right now. It's still going on as we speak. Vision is still happening. And what do I mean? And how do I mean that it's still happening? Well, I want you to think about it. You know, what we decided to do was something different. We decided to do something that was a little unique in a sense that we wanted to deliver something that we call bigger or larger than life. And I think we delivered on that. We put together our regular general session where you had a chance to see live people in the studio that we had actually built from scratch. And then you had a chance to see some pre-recorded action as well. And for those of you who were just like hungry, like how I was when I was coming up in the industry, I was so hungry. And if there was a meeting or somebody speaking, it didn't matter what time of night or day I wanted to be there. Well, guess what? We fed you. So you were able to actually tune in even after hours and still continue to watch diamond after diamond after diamond, do all of those breakout sessions that they did. You were able to watch leadership sessions, ladies leadership session, men's sessions, Johnny Wimbrey's training, your GMA Edwin Haynes, able to watch his training, and much more things that we actually provided to you in what we call our All Access. And some of you are still watching today. And let me share something with you. Here's what's cool about the comparison of All Access in comparison to what we have done in a traditional sense. Let's say you go to an event in a traditional sense and you buy your ticket, and your ticket, let's say you paid $199 for your ticket. Well, you go, it's exciting, and you have a lot of emotion that you feel. You get to meet people, have a lot of fun. But on Monday or Sunday, when the event is over, it's typically over. And maybe the promotions you can run with, and maybe you're excited and you can run your business, but it's normally like over. It's like all over, just done. with the all access pass and how we actually delivered this virtual event, the event is not over until you decide that it's over. And here's what's cool. Here is the way that I thought as a distributor, and this is the way that I still think today. $199 to say, let's say you paid $199, which was the max for your all access pass. Okay. Now, let's say that you go back and you watch the convention 10 times. That means it didn't cost you $199. It only cost you $19.99 to watch for each watch that you had, for each viewing of this incredible event. But that's how entrepreneurs think. That's how visionaries think. They look at, what is my cost per view? And being able to take that information and watch it as many times as possible, or go to your favorite part, or go to your favorite training, or go to a part that you missed and be able to get it, it's invaluable. And I can tell you one thing, so many people have actually been chatting in and chiming in, talking about this is the best event they've ever attended, and they weren't even there. And I'm talking about industry veterans for 10, 15 years who said this is the best event they've ever experienced. And that's what we wanted to give you. We wanted to give you an experience. And so we thank each and every one of you for your feedback. Hold on for a second. We thank each and every one of you for your feedback that you have been, that you offered, all of the chats that you put in, and all of the messages on Facebook that we saw. I mean, our Instagram channel was like lit like a Christmas tree. And so hats off to our social media team. I had people who they're not even ambassadors. And they called up and they're like, HB, listen, I feel like I was there. I feel like I had a ticket because they looked at our social media and they can feel what was going on. I've gotten messages. Even this morning, I got a good friend of mine. He sent me a message. I've gotten about 4 messages so far of people who now want to either restart into the business, or people, one message I just received about 2 hours ago says, hey, Bugs, I'm looking for a great opportunity to run with. Do you have time for me and space for me, and what do I need to do? Because people are hearing and they are looking, and the biggest response is that they're saying, I now see the vision of the Prib. I now see the vision of the Prib. And many of you as well. And sometimes it takes a little while for you to catch up with where the vision really is. But we knew this from the beginning. We knew this when we first started, that our company will continue to evolve. And we're building the Prib. And so I want you to know that ibuumerang itself and our vision, we are not pivoting, okay? We are not changing our course. This is what we had already anticipated, and this is what we knew before we even launched the company. And that's why the very first presentation we talked about the Prib, the perpetual residual income builder. And so really excited about what we've got going on, and it's all coming together now. But what I want to get into some stuff here today, and just kind of clear up a few things and give you guys some updates and some information. We're going to have an awesome flight school this Saturday. Do not under promote for Saturday. Saturday's flight school is going to be high priority, okay? High priority. You want to make sure that you're on flight school this coming Saturday with you, and not only you, but your team members. And if you even have prospects, I tell people, take your prospects, put them on flight school. That way they can see who it is that they're joining in business. And normally what you'll find is that people are ready to get started right then and there, specifically if they've ever seen one of our presentations. But let's go to some business stuff that I want to go ahead and take care of this month here. And we're going to talk about subscriptions. We're going to talk about subscriptions. Now, everybody is aware, unless you actually just joined us this month, or maybe if you joined us last month, it may not be apparent to you. But over the last, 30 days or 40, almost 40 days now, ibuumerang actually has undergone what I call a business process overhaul, okay? A business process overhaul. And what do I mean by that? The way that we are doing business has drastically changed. We had to remove a lot of stuff, undo a lot of stuff, some privileges we didn't have for the last 45 days. And that was mostly our traditional way of accepting payments on an easy basis, okay? On an easy basis. Well, we have some news, some good news about that, but I want to talk about what does that mean for what we have had to go through in this overhaul. Throughout the overhaul process, normally in our normal course of business, we run your subscription on an automatic basis. Well, with us making these adjustments and not having our systems in place to run credit cards the way that we traditionally do, then, well, the automatic subscriptions did not go through. So there's only one group of people whose subscriptions actually went through automatically. And those are the people in the month of August. If you had a subscription that was due on August 2nd, we didn't intend to, accidentally we ran those credit cards and those subscriptions on August the 2nd. August the 1st, we did not. That was intentional. August the 3rd through the 31st, we did not run any of those subscriptions. Now, some of you actually came through and you did it on your own. You actually submitted money through different means, whether it was through the back office, whether it was through just different means that we actually were able to accept payments. Some of you did, and you know what? I want to say kudos to you. That's not a penalty to those who didn't, but it let me know that how important it is to you for your business to be active, okay? So, what does that mean? For those of you who did, you're good. You're completely good, and you are fine. But for those of you whose subscriptions did not run, we still made sure that we maintained the service for which that subscription is actually the purpose of it. So your subscription was, your service was still there, okay? The crib was still there, your service was still there, the ability to book was still there, and it also allows you to maintain qualification. The volume that comes along with it allows you to maintain qualification in our compensation plan. Let's talk about that for a moment. Get this business stuff out of the way, and then we'll move on to some fun stuff, okay? So here's what we're going to do. The good news is that we are now at the final end of our overhaul process, okay? With one or two more small little adjustments. What our goal is starting on September the 11th through September the 13th, we will begin to process August subscriptions. Yes, August subscriptions for those who have not paid. Those subscriptions will be billed September the 11th through the 13th. The volume will be credited for August. All right? Why is this important? And I want you to be very clear so that you can understand how your business qualification cycle goes. September the 15th is the final day for what we call the final official day for August's business. See, even when August is over, we give 15 days for any adjustments that we need to make. We call it an audit period. That audit period will end on the 15th of September. It works like that since the beginning of time. So if there's any discrepancies of your August commissions or your August activity, we've got 15 days to make sure that we get it all cleaned up. And on the 15th day, by the end of the night, whatever is in, and there's nothing that we can actually do about August from that point in time. We can't backdate. We can't go back and insert. We can't make any adjustments whatsoever to August. And whatever is in by the 15th will reflect on your commissions, specifically your uni-level commissions, that you will actually get paid on the 20th of September. Okay? That's how that works. So, when we start the process between the 11th and the 13th of running commissions, I want you to remember that it is your responsibility to manage your qualifications and your level of activity. And what do I mean by active, or your status? Making sure that you are active and that your subscription has run. You have until the 15th. We will not automatically run any subscriptions on the 14th or the 15th. And so at the end of the 13th, if you notice that your subscription still has not run, then that means that it's your responsibility to go into your back office and reactivate for the month of August. Should you not do that, and should you just, for whatever reason, not do it, it means that you will void all commissions due because you're not qualified. And August will now have been official, it's in the books, and there's no additional auditing that we can do. So I want to make sure you spread the word. You don't have to panic. You don't have to be frightened. Just do what you're supposed to do. Okay? So we're going to hold up our end of the bargain, and that means that we are going to run the subscriptions for August. All that were not run, we're going to run them September the 11th through the 13th. Now, we expect that the subscriptions that we need to run, we know for some reason all of them will not clear. It may be due to the amount of money that's on your card. It may be due to a technical glitch, or maybe the country your credit card is coming from. We don't know at this moment. So this is why I'm telling you right now, I want you to make sure that you are watching your back office. We're going to cover this again on Flight School, so that way you are qualified. Okay? And I've got some other good news that I'll give you in a minute. Okay? So, once you have done that, okay, now you're probably wondering, well, HB, August was very difficult for us to do business. It was difficult for people to enroll. And, HBR rank just really didn't reflect. I didn't do the volume that I normally would do. And that means that I'm not going to maximize on the compensation plan. Well, here's the thing that I want you to know. HB knows, and HB takes care of his people. So here's what we're going to do. For the month of August, whatever your qualified rank was in July, we're going to make sure we pay you at that same rank or higher for the month of August. So you don't have to worry about the issues that we had, because they were our issues. You did your job. We had not completed our job, so you shouldn't be penalized. So in the month of August, if you qualified Sapphire in the month of July, and because August was difficult, maybe you dropped down to Senior Director, well, guess what? We're grandfathering you to make sure you get paid at Sapphire for the month of August. Okay, for the month of August. So we're going to make sure that we get that done for you. It's not even a gift. It's what you deserve. You actually have been committed. You've been loyal. You have stood by ibuumerang, and guess what? Ibuumerang is always going to stand by you as well. So get the word out about that. Don't panic. Don't worry about it. Just make sure that you get your qualification in. The only way that you will actually get your qualifying equivalent rank is that you must be active and qualified, which means your subscription must run. So if your subscription does not run either by us or by you doing it, we cannot give you the rank. You must also be qualified. That means you still must have one on your right and one on your left with a subscription. You get that done, whatever your rank may have fluctuated to, we're going to pay you at the higher rank as long as you meet those qualifications. Okay? Is that pretty fair, guys?
Yes.
I think that's pretty fair, right? So that means you got to have a subscription for August, which means it could have run in August manually, or you ran it this month, and you got to have one on your right with a subscription and one on your left with an August subscription, and we will grandfather your rank. So if you were senior director and maybe dropped to director, guess what? We'll pay you at senior director. Okay? So that's good business there. Next thing I want to talk about is how do we handle September's subscriptions? Because September, we have subscriptions as well. Now, I know some of you said, why don't you just make subscriptions free? I thought about that too. I called Netflix and I said, listen, I know you guys have 100 million plus people who are on subscription. I called up Amazon Prime and I said, hey, listen, I think you got 110 million. Is it 110 million people they have, Mark, on Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
110 million people they have on Amazon Prime. I said, listen, they pay $10 a month. I said, I want you to take that $1 billion and just eat it. And still pay salaries, and still pay bonuses, and still pay the commissions. And Jeff Bezos didn't return my phone call when I sent him that request, okay? And I looked at Netflix, and when I told them to do it, they actually turned off my subscription, even though I paid, okay? Even though I paid, they actually banned me, okay? So I don't want you to think in that direction. We're all business people here. We are. What we did for the month of August, do you know that we actually made everyone qualified? Do you know that there are people who are receiving checks in the dual team that have no business receiving checks? Why? Because we said we are not going to allow any person to suffer because we don't have all of our stuff together. So we went through and made every single person in the tree qualified for commissions. That means that some people who have one on their right and none on their left, guess what? Because there's some people over there that they have on their left, they now are qualified. They start receiving dual team commissions. It was like free money. And we normally have a 50% payout. We've been paying out as much as 68% because of that. Why? It's not your problem. So I want you to know that we are doing our part. We will always do our part. But this is a business. It's not a charity. Okay, it's not a charity. So your subscription or your travel credentials are always, not credentials, but your platform and membership has always been active and still there. So everybody was good. Now, here's what we're going to do for September. I want you to pay attention to the schedule. Why? Because you're actually due your September subscription as well. And once we get through this, we'll be back on that one subscription per month schedule, okay? So I don't want you to think, well, you didn't get the money last month and I spent it. That's not a great steward of your business, okay? It's not a great steward. I can tell you right now that if I don't pay my, utility bill because they don't collect the money, they're not going to say it's never due because we didn't come. They'll say, hey, we made a mistake and you've now got to pay us. Okay, I've even dealt with the bank before. I never forget. I was at the bank, and the bank. It goes both ways. I made a deposit at the bank, and the bank actually put the wrong amount. They put one extra zero in there. And I didn't pay attention to it, and they didn't pay attention to it. But when they do their audits, just like we do, they came back, saw it, called me up, Mr. Bugs, listen, we made a mistake, and we've got to remove that zero, okay? And so that means that they have to deduct it from my account. It wasn't my money, okay? I can't say that you made a mistake, so it's my money. That's a bad philosophy. And so it was the same thing. I never forget one day, I was actually at the bank, and this was a while back, and I actually cashed a check, and they gave me, no, this wasn't at a bank. This was at the bank. They gave me more money than I was supposed to get. But when I looked at it and went home and looked at the money, I said, they gave me too much money. Now, here's a philosophy that some people would have. Wow, the bank's got so much money. This is mine. It's their mistake. I can tell you that the universe always will come back and take that amount of money that you think that you just earned, and then it'll take tenfold from you. And so when I realized that I had been overpaid, I went immediately back to the bank and gave them the money back. I do it every time if I'm at a grocery store and, when I was using cash a lot and the person would give me too much change back. No, hey, listen, you gave me an extra $10 bill. It's not my money. Why? Somebody's going to have to account for it. I want you to always understand the philosophy. Nothing in this world is free. There's no such thing as free. Somebody is going to have to pay the cost for it. And should I have thought that I wanted to take advantage of that $50 and an extra $10, it could have cost a person their job. And so all of us should always be good stewards and not do what's just right, but do what's generous. That's our philosophy here, okay? So September adjusted schedule. So all of the subscriptions that normally run on the 1st through the 5th will run on September the 20th. That means you possibly will have a subscription run on the 11th, 12th, or 13th, and the 20th. That's a possibility. I want you to be 100% completely aware. And I want to share with you how our subscription philosophy will be from this point forward. Let's get through the rest of the schedule. The 6th through the 10th will run on the 21st. 11th through the 15th will run on the 22nd. And so on and so forth. I think you see the numbers there, and I don't have to kind of guide you through that. This is our schedule. I strongly recommend you take a screenshot of it. I would recommend that you let your teams know and don't take it for granted that they are on this call. Let them know that, okay? Let them know what's going on. So here's how this will work, okay? For future business, we want you to know this. What we're doing is we are making sure that we develop more responsible ambassadors. We want you to become very astute business people. Now, this is not saying that we want you to become executives and run companies, but you've got a business that you're running here. And some people just look at it as, oh, I'm in network marketing. And they think all the other details of business is for somebody else, but no, they're for you as well. You've got to understand how to run a business. So, how will it run from now on? Before, when your credit card was run and the card did not go through, what we do is we come back 2 days later and we try it again. And then later in the month, we try it again for you. We will no longer be doing that. Okay? We recognize that those were some costly practices for us of trying to make sure that you were qualified and that your subscription services were there. We won't do that. Okay? So if we run your card on the 11th and it fails to go through due to whatever reason, it's your responsibility to check it because we will not run it again at all. We won't. And so I don't want you to have the philosophy of, oh, the company's just going to run it again or run it again. We won't. Okay? And it could cost you money because you may not be qualified for your commission. So make sure that you pay attention to your organization and to your business There's reports in the back so you can see who's active or whatever, so that if you've got to do this for the first month or two with your front line or maybe your first couple of levels, you can do this and teach your groups to do the same until they get it. Okay. Now, I want to share with you one other practice that maybe some of you didn't know, that we've always had this philosophy. Okay. Our philosophy is we are in ibuumerang, and all of us know exactly what it is that we have. As we're going to be putting more things into the crib, okay, we run our business so that we can actually put commissions together and give you the biggest and best opportunity and that we believe is available in network marketing. We understand what our pay schedule is, and we understand what our competition's is, and it doesn't even compare in terms of what we want to get back into the field. So here's how we will operate with business, so that you understand specifically now that you're going to have some tangible product that you'll have in business. Okay. As an ambassador, we don't want you just making an emotional purchase. We want you buying whatever you buy because you see the value. We want you buying it because it's what you want, and it's either you want it or you know you're going to sell it. Okay. Whatever that may be that we'll have in our company from now to the end of time. Now, what happens is this, is that oftentimes if a person buys something, whether it's a subscription or whether it's this or boom gear or whatever, some tools or whatever it may be, they sometimes decide, well, you know what, I just don't want that. As an ambassador, we have a refund policy. We do. And we will give you a refund on your money. Come to ibuumerang first. We'll give you a refund. But we also want you to know that any business items that are refunded also result in the ending of your ibuumerang relationship. Okay? We want you to know that. This is why you don't have to buy things on emotion if you don't want to. That's not what we're after. This is why we price things the right way and make small packages available. When we put together boomerangs, this is why we say you can't buy more than this amount. We don't believe in front loading. We don't believe in stocking people up on anything. That will never take place here with our company. But also we watch our margins, and we understand the business practices is if I refund a pack, if I refund a subscription, it means that I'm just simply terminating the relationship with ibuumerang. Now, it may not be something that you may agree with. And you know what? What I had to realize is that I don't agree with 100% of the things with with the business relationships that I have with my vendors or some of my other business partners that we have to deal with. But that's one of the things that is a principle of ibuumerang. So if you do buy what you know that you want. You don't ever have to overbuy. If you know that you're confident in what you're getting, then get it. We have no problem with you excelling and being an overachiever. But what we don't want is we don't want you buying, oh, let me just refund this, and let me refund that, or let me refund last month's subscription. Well, you can, and we want you to know that. You know, if that's the case, if that's that issue, if you just went through and you need to refund it within our refund time, we'll refund it. But that's also ending that relationship with ibuumerang. Okay, so we want to get through that. And I know some of it's not always great to hear, but I'm always going to tell you the truth. And I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Next thing I want to talk about now is I want to talk about boom bucks for a moment. But T-Gray, did I cover everything on doing business with us? Did I cover everything?
You did, and I'd only add, make sure that you don't put undue pressure on your people to buy things they don't want.
Yeah, that's one of our philosophies, guys. Okay, I have a philosophy, and I'm going to talk about it in a moment, and that is people love to buy, but nobody loves to be sold. Okay, so don't put pressure on people and force people to do something that otherwise they don't want to do. Okay, remember, we're always in the business here for free agents. Nobody wants hostages. We don't want anybody feeling trapped in ibuumerang. We don't want you feeling like, man, I'm trapped in this company and I can't get out. You want out? we will free you. We'll make room for the thousands that are coming in monthly. Okay? But we want you here because you see value. You love the culture. You love the environment that's here. You love what we stand for. You love the people. You love the hearts, the integrity and the transparency of the company. That's what we sell more than anything else. Okay? So we want you to want it, not necessarily feel like you're forced to do it. Okay? So let's talk about boombucks here. Now, some of you probably didn't catch it, but you're saying, what are boombucks? Boombucks are a form of currency. You know, I watched this movie called Coming to America, and I've watched it so much, and I've joked about it all the time, where people say, the boy's got his own money. And I've always wanted to be the boy who's got his own money. So we now have our own money, okay? And it's called Boom Bucks. Boom Bucks is going to be coming to you in October, and I want to explain a little bit about Boom Bucks and why Boom Bucks is so cool. Because our goal was to make it very reasonable and even more affordable for every person in the company to do business with ibuumerang. Okay? And the way that you make it more affordable is to provide additional options. You know, as we started our company, we started with simply a subscription to our travel platform, which I still think is way underpriced for the value that you're able to receive. Okay? And that's what we started with, and the ability for you to travel, get discounts, and the ability to get customers and profit from their discounts that they get. Well, now as the Prib is developing, there's more options in order for you to qualify your business and your business center, and more options of things that you can actually earn money from as well. So Boombucks is basically currency or bonuses that we will actually assign to you in your back office, that you can actually spend those bucks with ibuumerang on several different things. Okay, so how do you what can you spend that money on? I'm going to go through those. I'm going to go through those in a second here, but certain things that you can use Boombucks for are things like back office subscription. Okay, let's say if you earn 25 Boombucks, you can apply it to whatever you want. You can apply it to a subscription. You can apply it to Boom Gear. You can apply it to boomerangs. You can apply the Boombucks to even our retreats that we do, or experiences, our iBoomerang experiences. So when we do an experience like these travel events that we do, and you're going to start seeing in 2021, we're going to do a lot more all over the world. We'll go places in south of France, and we'll take places here in the United States, and we'll do places in Greece, and we'll do places in Africa. We'll be doing travel events all over the place, because we want to give people places to spend their Boombucks, okay? Which means that every single month you have the ability to earn up to 200 Boombucks, okay? And I'm going to show you how you can do it. And when you earn those 200 Boombucks, that means 2,400 Boombucks per year. And it's real money. You can apply it. Just imagine if you got $2,000 or 1,000 of those dollars to add to a trip, that would be pretty cool, okay? So when we publish this, we will put out and show you what the rules are for Boombucks, how you're able to use them, how you can cash them in. And when you earn Boombucks, you'll have people who will be able to have subscription-free business. No money comes out of their own pocket to run their iBoomerang business, and they're fully qualified. That's what we wanted. You asked for it, and now it's here. So let's talk about one other way to minimize your subscription. Okay? First way. One way to minimize your subscription, or to earn what we call that 100 Boombuck credit, and that will be when you have 6 frontline, or what we call 600 QV and frontline subscription volume. Now, that means you can have people who are on a $49.95 subscription, but you'll have to have 2 of those people to count as 1 unit, if you know what I mean. So 600 points QV of frontline subscription volume. This has to be subscription volume. That's the only volume that will count. Okay? Subscription volume. Then your personal subscription you will receive a $100 or $100 Boom Buck credit, and you can use it towards your subscription, whereas your subscription is free. And we will still pay out the CV and the QV to the upline as if you actually paid for it. Okay? So this is pretty cool right here. So that means that those of you who are sitting at 4 people or 5, it's time to go ahead and ramp up a little bit and go a little bit wider and start receiving those boom bucks. Remember, this starts in October, so this gives you a little bit of time this month to ramp up for that. Second way to do it is through our new product that I'm going to talk about here in a second. Y'all see? You see the nice hashtag there? I got it. I want to start seeing that hashtag all over social media. I want us to own that hashtag. When somebody looks up hashtag I got it, I want Zents and ibuumerang to be there. I want us to own that hashtag. And so, guys, today is hashtag I got it day, okay? So make sure all your posts, no matter what you're posting, specifically when it's around Zents and ibuumerang, I got it is the official hashtag for the launch of Zents. And we'll talk about Zents in a second. But 6 boxes or 6 units, which equals 100. When you do 150 personal qualifying volume, PQV, personal qualifying volume, that means that's the volume, not of your group. It's volume that takes place in your business center. Okay? So, how do you do PQV? It's one of 2 ways. It's either through what you purchase yourself, or a customer purchases. All of that counts towards your PQV, personal qualifying volume. You see the term personal there, not just QV, PQV, personal qualifying volume. So that means that in your little circle where it says you, there's 150 QV that's there, which is the equivalent of 6 boxes, 6 purchased boxes of Zents, and you will receive another $99 or $100 Boom Buck credit, and you can use that towards your subscription, and your subscription is free. You say, well, what else can I use it for? If you want to use it for free product or more product, you can use it. If you want to use it for boom gear, you can use it. If you want to use it to buy tools, you can use it. If you want to use it to donate to the Boom Foundation, you can use it. And we've got some special stuff that's coming up about the donations, because we're going to actually make $1 donated Boom Bucks worth more than $1 if it's donated to the Boom Foundation. Some matching that's going to take place there, okay? So we're pretty excited about that. Hopefully you guys got that. Does that make sense to you? Or does it make sense to you? Is that making sense to you? Okay? So can we go ahead and get some practice? I can't see any chats. I don't have any monitors up today. But can we get some hashtags going on? Hashtag I got it.
Chat is lit.
Chat's lit? Mm-hmm. All right, let me see if I can just jump on here, because I like being able to see my people and talk to my people.
As a matter of fact, they're still doing 5s and 7s.
They're still doing 5s and 7s? That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
All right. I already know Facebook is, I probably won't see this until tomorrow. Facebook's so slow. Let me see if I got it on Facebook. See these comments on Facebook here. Where am I?
Viola just said, I so love this concept. I prefer this over a car bonus. Thank you.
Oh, yes, of course. Of course. You know what, Viola? Speaking of car bonuses, I'm talking to my people. Let me share with you a concept here. So some people ask me. Okay, I'm starting to see them on Facebook now. They're coming through those hashtags. Some people ask me. They say, "Well, HB, we love to have a car bonus because we've got Vibe rides." I'm drinking my Vibe water, right? And this water here makes you smarter. I hear Angela laughing all the way. I already knew I was going to get something from Angela, right? It does. It makes you smarter, right? Not only that, what if I pour my Vibe water in an ibuumerang cup?
You get viboomerang.
This is called double purification.
It's called viboomerang.
It's called viboomerang?
Viboomerang.
Does this make sense to do this? Doesn't it? Look, the Vibe matches my shirt. Yeah, I got my Vibe mood, all right?
Viboomerang water hits you in all of your senses.
This one makes you smarter. This one makes you richer.
And they hit all your senses.
Which one do you want, ladies and gentlemen? The right hand or the left hand, right? So, to Viola, let me share with you why not a car bonus over here. And I don't think that we will ever, I normally don't like to say never, I don't think we'll ever do a car bonus. I've done car bonuses, and I promoted car bonuses like crazy. I had 1 month where I had about 600 people to qualify for a car bonus in 1 month. I put a promotion out. And here's what happens. They're very attractive, and people get really excited because, wow, I get to drive a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW or whatever car bonus you do. Here's what my experience has been. And many of you think, man, if we had a car bonus, I can recruit more people. No, you can't. I've been doing this a long time, okay? You can't recruit more people just because you have a car bonus. But what happens is we give you a car bonus and you hit a rank. Let's say Sapphire. At Sapphire, there's a normal income that most people make anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000 $2,000 to $4,000 per month. Some of our Sapphires are making $20,000 a month, okay? That's not the norm, okay? $2,000 to $4,000 is a good average if you got a well-balanced business with dual team money coming in and obviously your residuals, okay? So you're making between $2,000 and $4,000 a month. Now you get a car bonus. Let's say you're at $4,000 a month. You get a car bonus and you start qualifying for maybe $500 car bonus. So now you get your money is up to, you go out, you get a car loan, and your bills go up to $500 a month, but the company pays that $500 for you. And let's say something happens and you have some, unfortunate things take place in your business and your rank drops back down to executive director. Well, guess what happens? You were Sapphire making $4,000 a month. You're down to executive director. Your income may be $2,000 a month, but your bills now are still up there because you increased your bills. And ibuumerang is no longer paying for that car bonus. So your income went down, your bills went up. You know what happens? It creates debt. And we have a good philosophy called get out of debt. And I have watched something that we had designed for good create so many heartaches and heartbreaks in families and finances. And I watched it and I said, I'm partially responsible because we launched this bonus. And no longer will I be responsible by doing or launching something that I know has the potential to cause financial devastation or financial setbacks to our ambassadors. We want you out of debt. If anything, we'll launch something later on like we call get out of debt bonuses or stuff like that. So this is me now drinking from the Vibe water, the smart water, okay? So that's why we won't do that. So let's go. Let's keep this train rolling here. Now, I've already told you about the max of the boom bucks of what you'll have, and that's a maximum 200 boom bucks per month. And but having 6 boxes sold and having your subscription taken care of. See, why did we do this? Because see, I've got some good friends over in places like Mexico. I've got good friends in places in Asia and places over in Africa and certain places over in Europe and other places around the world, whereas they're their income is not so great. And $100 a month is it's not, it's a lot for them. And so we said, let's do some of the heavy lifting for them. Let's not just give them something. Let's give them a better opportunity. And so we launched a unique technology that is so simple to use and sell that people are absolutely going berserk with this. And now they can sell 6 boxes and receive $100 at Boom Bucks and pay their subscription, take the profit from the sales, and they actually are making money every month now. Instead of sitting there thinking, okay, one day, or my associates don't travel a lot, you know, I don't know when they are going to travel, so I don't know when retail commissions are coming in. They're now in control. All we've done, most people think, HB, you're such a genius. No. We're just evolving as a company, and we're giving our people options. I want you to imagine if you were a golfer. I'm horrible with choosing promotions about sports, so we're not going to launch a golf promotion. Stop laughing over there, Kitty, okay? Kitty and Mark over there laughing. Soccer, everybody knows soccer, right? All right. What's soccer? How you play it? Football. So I want you to imagine being a golfer. And I want you to imagine that you've got to compete in golf, but you only have one club in your bag. What if you only had a putter? I don't know, this is foreign to some of you. But golfers are allowed to have 14 clubs in their bag. Why? Because it gives them different options to create the shot that they need. But having one putter in your bag, you probably won't win as often as having 14. So with ibuumerang, what we've done is we just added more clubs to your bag and now allow different people more options to stay active, fall in love with the business, and be profitable, okay? All right, let's go and talk about something else because I'm going to get back to Zents. I'll come back to my Zentses later. What about that one? How y'all like that one? That's a good one? Okay. Let's talk about Bill Genius. HB's not the genius. Bill is a genius, okay? I had a call with Bill the other day, and he says, listen, people need to stop calling you genius. We are not brothers. Your last name is Bugs. Mine is Genius. I'm the genius. I said, okay, Bill, no problem. Do your thing, buddy. So, Bill Genius, guys, has been it's been a hit with ibuumerang so far, and people are very excited. We do know that this is U.S. based, and for U.S., this works perfectly. Okay, you say, well, why didn't you launch this all over the world? Well, it doesn't work all over the world. And some countries don't have deregulation of bill providers. And so in some areas, it's like, okay, well, you only have one provider or two providers, and there's no negotiation whatsoever. It just in the U.S., how business is done, there's so many different providers, and there's a free market. And so we're able to leverage and take advantage of the free markets that we have here. And that's why Bill Genius works in America, soon coming to Canada. And we're working on some things to take over to different places in the world that we know can be beneficial. And as long as we can benefit a customer or an ambassador, we'll launch it. We won't launch something just for the purposes of making money. That just is not our philosophy, okay? So, when it comes to Bill Genius, here's what I want you to do. First of all, congratulations to you, okay? Congratulations to you. And this coming Saturday, here's what we're going to do this coming Saturday on Flight School. On Flight School, and you must be in attendance on Flight School, we are going to choose someone this Saturday, and we are going to pay their bill for 1 full year. How about that? Okay. Now, if your bill has not been uploaded, a qualified bill, which I will go through, you don't qualify because we will choose from the people who have submitted their bill. Okay. So we're actually going to get that done this Saturday, and then we've got some pretty good stuff that we're going to be doing for the remainder of this month when it comes to Bill Genius. So Bill Genius is a way to reduce your bills, and it costs you and your customer absolutely nothing to get these savings, okay? So how it works is very simple. You go to your back office, upload your bills, okay? Qualified bills, and I'll talk about qualified bills. You'll upload qualified bills, and then the Genius team will actually, our Genius advisors, will actually go to work for you. What are you laughing at, T. Gray?
Joseph Graves said, "This is the only time I've ever wished I had more bills."
Oh, hey, listen, Joseph. 0 bills is better, okay? I can tell you this. Not having to pay a bill is better than saving on a bill, all right? So what we do is you upload the bills. Our Genius advisors, they're very, very smart people. They speak in a language that is way above my pay grade. This is why we don't let you talk to them. Okay? Because you're not going to understand them. They are just like high-level people, all right? And Bill he's like the advisor of all advisors, all right? And so they do their magic, and they come back and they say, hey, listen, we saved you some money. Or they'll come back and say, you've got the best rate, but you know what? We told them if you want to keep them as a customer, show them some love, and they'll give you some love, like $50 in credit towards this or $25 credit or whatever it may be. They do their job to go out and get the best deal. The beauty of it is the peace of mind knowing that you're paying the best rate possible. That's what's cool. I have no problem at all loading up my bills and they come back and say, well, you already got the best rate. It lets me know that I'm a pretty good, that I'm a pretty good negotiator on, on my bills already. But if they come back with savings, guess what? No problem. When Bill Genius and the Genius team come back with savings, here's how it works. When you're loading up your bill, it's going to ask you for a credit card. You say, well, I thought it was no cost. Well, there isn't. There's no cost to you at all to find out what your savings are. If they come back and say, hey, listen, we found some savings. We found $100 a month that we can save you on this bill. Well, the way it works is you pay Bill Genius 50% of what you save, which means that you really save half of what's available. The Genius advisors and their team get paid. Then the rest of that money comes back to ibuumerang. Ibuumerang now takes that money and flushes it through our compensation plan, whereas you're able to get paid residual income. So if it's a monthly bill, then Bill has your credit card on file so that every month that they save you $100, they charge you $50. Then that means that $50 is going to be converted, not all of it, but goes through our cycle, pays the Genius team their portion. Once ibuumerang gets what's left over, then we'll flush that through our compensation plan, and residual income is actually calculated on that bill every single month throughout our entire compensation plan, with you receiving a fast start on it as well. So it's pretty cool. It's really, really cool, okay? So that's how that works. Question I would have for you is, who should I talk to first? What I want you to do is to keep this real simple, okay? Your goal should be that every person that you talk to about this, your goal should be to have them upload a minimum of 3 qualifying bills. Many of you are submitting things like mortgage payments or your legal fees or just invoices that somebody has sent you. And some of those most of those don't qualify, things like that. So make sure that you go through on your back office, take a look at the website, and it'll share with you the types of bills that actually do qualify. Okay, and it works like a charm. It works like a charm. One of the things that I want to let you know as well is many of you saw how fast the Genius team was working on our behalf. I don't want to set that expectation for you. Bill's a genius. Bill said, listen, we know you're launching today. We're going to go ahead and put some things to the side and we're going to call up some people, and we're going to go ahead and do some quick negotiation to show you proof of concept that it does work. And that's exactly what Bill Genius did. And so I don't want you to expect the typical turnaround time to be what you saw at Vision. That's not necessarily the case. Bill Genius told me, he says, listen, he says, HB, you're a better promoter than I thought you were. Matter of fact, what I'm doing right now in advance, because I can already tell what's going to happen when these people see the savings, we're hiring a few more geniuses. Now, geniuses are not easy to come by. They're not. But he says, we're hiring a few more geniuses to make sure we take care of all the ibuumerang ambassadors. There we go. Appreciate it. T. Gray's over there trying to accept credit for being a genius. That's what he's doing on there, right?
I'm giving you credit for being a genius.
So, T. Gray's been drinking too much from the cup and not from this one over here, right? So, T. Gray, you need some vibe water.
Yes, sir.
Drink a case and then you might qualify. Okay? So, they're already adding more geniuses to our network for us. So start with your friends, your family members. Call them up. You know, Saturday we'll have some simple scripts that will be in the iBoom Hub. We'll have them up on iBoom Hub. Simple scripts that people are using, and we're not going to go just off the hip. We're going to take the people who already have people loading up bills and say, hey, what are you saying? And they're having success, and they will actually go through it. But your neighbors, your coworkers, service people, people who come to the house. You know, I had, let's just say, for example, I have my fish tank people come to the house. And, you know, if I was seeing them, I'd ask them, hey, listen, let me ask you a question. If you had a chance to have, one of your bills paid for the rest of the year, would you let a genius evaluate 3 of your bills and see if they can even save you money on the other 2? Sure. Boom. Send them a boomerang and let the boomerang do the work. Okay? I don't get into all of these detailed explanations. As soon as you start explaining all these details, you're lost. You're going to lose because now you become a technician. And I want you to imagine a technician trying to sell you a car. They're never going to appeal to your senses of how it feels and the acceleration and how cool it looks. They're just going to look and say, you know what, with their little greasy hands, yeah, you know, these pistons here are made of this type of material and it's got this much horsepower and this is how the engine works. And they give you all these details of how the engine works. And nobody sells cars that way. You know, I bought my Lamborghini. Well, that's not true. I did look up under the hood of my Lamborghini because my hood has a transparent bonnet and I can see the engine. But I never touched, I never kicked the tires and asked all of these questions. You know what the salesman told me? He told me when he went on his test drive, how he felt going around the curves. He told me how he felt knowing that he was the only person on the road that could actually give him a challenge. He told me that when he's at a stoplight, nobody can beat him to the next stoplight. And he was appealing to my feelings and my emotions and things that he knew were buying signals. And guess what? I wrote a check for a Lamborghini because of the feeling, not because I didn't even know how many pistons it had or horsepower at the time or how many, what do you call the things?
Gears.
Valves or gears or valves, whatever. I know how. I still don't know. You know what I know? Nobody beats me to the next light. And if anybody comes around revving their engine, you know, shouldn't say this on video because this is evidence, right? And they've got cameras out there. But if anybody comes over, and they always pick on me, right? I get car bullied all the time. And they come by in these little Toyotas, and they have these big mufflers, and they rev their engine at me, right? And they look over at me because they just pick it on Big Brother. I already know who won the fight. I already know, okay? See, it's confidence, right? And so that's how you got to feel about Bill Genius. You already know Bill's going to win the fight. So don't sell, well, what they do is they use artificial intelligence and they use this type of technology and they do. Guys, listen, that's not how you sell product. You know, I have no idea. That's why he's called a genius. All I know is All of my friends and myself who've loaded up our bills are saving a ton of money. As a matter of fact, Bill saved several of my associates over $7 million his first year doing a trial. I think he can save you some money. That's the explanation that I'm going to give. I am not going through the detail. Well, is this site encrypted? And who's the security? And who? If you're getting into all of that, you probably got the wrong person. And a person that detailed is probably paying the lowest rate on their bill already. Trust me, all right? So make sure that you go for the low-hanging fruit of people that's out there, okay? Now, here's the cool thing here. Here's what we want to do. We are going to run a nice little promotion. We'll talk a little bit more about it later because I want to talk to you about some other stuff, and then we'll be done with our call today. But promotion alert, promotion alert, promotion alert. Can you guys say make HB pay? Can I see that in the chat? Facebook. I know I'll get it tomorrow. Somebody says Toyota's rock. I do. I leave them like a rock. You know, rocks don't move too fast. I leave them just like a rock at the stoplight. I look back and I'm like, that rock's still over. Oh, that's a Toyota. I'm not down on Toyotas, guys. Anna and I have this little battle about her Toyota RAV4. So anytime you hear me joking about Toyotas, that's her little buggy. My first car was a Toyota. It was a back in the 1900s, Yaz and Kit. I had a car that was made in the 1900s, by the way, okay? And it had manual windows. You ever done like this before? Can you do like this? Do like this. You've done like that before? That's called rolling a window down. Now roll it up. If it's raining, what happens? You do it real quick, right? So y'all don't know nothing about that, right? I had a 1979 Toyota Celica, and it was blue. We used to, man, that was the we used to call it the Yoda. We didn't say Toyota. We call it the Yoda.
I took my driving lessons in one of those.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is that why you still don't have one?
No, maybe.
All right. Anyway, so did we get enough of HB pay? Make HB pay?
Yeah.
All right. I'm drinking from my ibuumerang cup. This is the cup that makes you rich. Y'all better get me the pain. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Promo. And this promo runs this month, correct? And to the end of the month, right? End of September. Okay. September. Make HB pay. Have each of your customers upload a minimum of 3 bills and get entered into a drawing. Here's how it works. Okay. Bill Genius will pay one of your customer bills that gets drawing. And we're not cheap. We're not looking for the little $10 a month bill. We're looking for some substantial bills. We want to make a dent, and we want to make a big story here. So when we go ahead and draw up that bill, Bill will also pay the equivalent amount of the bill to you as the ambassador or to one of your bills. So we'll look for one of your bills first. And if the amount, let's just say, for example, we saved one of your customers $5,000. And your bill, the maximum that you can pay over a year is $3,000. Then we'll pay the bill for $3,000 and we'll give you the additional $2,000 in cash. Now, if you don't live in the United States, where that means that you can't upload a bill, we'll just give you that $5,000 or whatever the bill amount is for the year. We'll give it to you in cash. Okay? You remember that movie? You guys remember that movie on Ocean's 11?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, when Don Cheadle walked in and he said, "What did Chuck Berry say after performing?" What did Chuck Berry say? He says, "What was the words that Chuck Berry said every night before he went on stage? Pay me my money in cash, right? Pay me my money in cash, right? So we'll do that. We'll pay your money in cash if you don't live in the United States, but you'll have the equivalent amount, okay? So non-U.S. ambassadors have the opportunity. If you know somebody in the U.S., if you don't, get to know somebody. Call them up, somebody arbitrarily. Say, hey, listen, I'm sorry I interrupted your day, but let me ask you a question. If I could actually have your bill paid for the rest of the year, would you give me a chance at saving you money on the other two? Boom. All right. But no, we're not saying make robocalls or call people like that, but just being creative. I'm just sharing with you that all non-U.S. ambassadors are available as well. We want to pay you your money in cash. Okay. So we'll do that to the end of the month. Now, let's get back to my zenses, and so we can shut this call down here, okay? Because people got some zents that they need to make and turn those zents into dollars, all right? So, zents, the world's first wearable, no-touch technology, all right? Let me cover a couple things here with zents. Number one, I want to tell you guys, it's been really, really, really cool to watch what's been going on. Promotions have been going through the roof. I've actually had to call manufacturers this morning, and we've had to redo our initial orders because we've already blown through the waters what was expected, and this is with our non-traditional methods of doing business, and so. I can tell you when it becomes easier this week to do business, can you guys imagine what's going to start happening when it's easier to do business? But let's talk about zents. And right now, when we look at zents, I want to share a couple things with you about it. It's simple, it's cool. I told you why we did it, but also it works. It works. I wake up in the morning. And actually, I was on a plane on my way back yesterday. The event takes a lot out of you. It does. It charges you up, but it takes a lot out of you, whether it's virtual or personal. And I use the eucalyptus peppermint, and it's like immediate. It's not like I have to wait for it. You know, some products, so you take these vitamins and you're gonna feel better. You after about 7 days, you're like, do I really feel better? You don't. You got to wait 7 days or 3 days or whatever to find out whether it works. With Zents, it works immediately. It's one of those products that has an immediate effect. It's like a millisecond and it's working. And so I put the Zents in. I had the eucalyptus peppermint, and it wakes me up. I tried it for the first time last Wednesday before I even got to Miami. I was working out at home, and I had never used it to work out, and I was wondering, so why haven't I used it to work out? Let me see what's going to happen. And I'm not one of these placebo people, whereas my mind just believes it works because we make money from it or we have it. No, it's got to work for me to believe in it. So I use my Zents. I put my little Zents in, and don't ever call it a clip. It's called a Zents, okay? So don't say I put my nose clip in. It's not a nose clip, okay? It's a Zents, all right? That's what it is. It's a Zents. I put my Zents in. I put the eucalyptus in, and I've got this workout machine at home. It's called Tonal, and I didn't know that there was a setting on there, whereas each time I do an exercise, it started popping up with this arrow, and it showed me a power meter. And it said that I was actually breaking my previous record of power meters, which means it actually can calibrate how much power I'm using. And I was feeling stronger as I go on. Normally, it doesn't work that way. And I'm not going to say that Zents made my muscles stronger. It gave me more energy, whereas I was able to just feel more purity of oxygen. I felt better. I felt more alive, and obviously I was just more powerful. And so my workout was a really, really, really good workout using Zents. I don't run. I actually hired Johnny Wimber to run for me. And I told him if I actually gain weight, I'm going to fire him. So far he's still employed, but he runs every day for me. He's been running 2 to 3 miles for me. And but anytime I'm doing something that requires a lot of energy, I put in my Zents, my eucalyptus and peppermint Zents. Going to sleep, lavender. If I want to chill, I use it like crazy. And lemon, if I'm not in a great mood, which is very seldom that I'm not in a great mood, I always choose to be in a great mood. I use the lemon scented eucalyptus, the lemon scented Zents, and it just helps settle. It settles me. It really does. It helps centers me and get me back settled. But there's so many different applications that you're going to find. People are figuring it out right now. All the different, some of my Project 72 who have samples, they're figuring out all these different reasons of ways and things of why it actually works and works really good for them. All right, now, I want to tell you this. I know some of you said, oh, well, HB said we have a patent pending on this technology, and we're the only people that have this nose clip. Well, it's not a nose clip. It's a Zents, all right? Let me share something with you here. Are there other technologies that are similar? Yes. It's just like there's other colas that are designed to taste like Coke. Okay? There also are handbags that are Hermes, and there are handbags that are designed to look like Hermes. You can't stop that, okay? But the technology that we have, and I don't want to get technical, I want to share this with you. And the reason why is because I think sometimes they get a little too smart and too technical, and they get in their own way. Now, I know who I'm talking to right now, and one day I'm going to do my own training on my greens and reds, blues, and yellows. But it's my people who are very detailed, very analytical, and that's not a bad thing. But sometimes the details will prevent you from catching the essence of and the spirit of what the product was intended for. So there's a couple of other products, a few others, maybe about 4 or 5 that we've seen. I think Kevin showed me even the first day he was here. He showed me a couple, and they're not the same. But who cares? Even if they had the same, who cares? Our travel platform, we've got, maybe 50 now, maybe 100 other companies now have our exact same travel platform. And if you took all 100 companies, combine all of their travel sales, they don't come close to our travel sales. So it doesn't matter. But I'll give you the details anyway. With our product and our technology, if you look at it, there's a little small ring that goes into the septum. And I hate getting so technical because this hurts your cells. Inside that little ring, there's this little acrylic-like ball that's in there. That acrylic ball has been infused with the essential oils, high-grade essential oils. And the next question people are going to ask me is, could you tell me which one it is and what's the grade of? I don't know. All right? I don't have that info right now. But it's infused with the essential oils. Now, and the little ring is what prevents the essential oils from ever touching the skin. Okay? And the little silicone ball that's in there, it's time released so that the efficacy of the essential oils is released over time, giving you a consistent result. Have you ever seen an essential oil where you go get an essential oil and you use it like this real quick and put it in your hands, you smell it like that, and 5 seconds later you smell your hand and it's already weaker. 10 seconds later it's weaker, and then a minute later you can barely even sense it because it's already evaporated. Well, that's what we have done and why it works so long. I read one of our testimonials in my Project 72 that somebody told me it lasted them for 2 days. We say up to 12 hours. Some people will get longer than that, okay? But Theirs lasted up to 2 days. They're just so fired up and excited. Okay. The ones that I have seen, I think there's another network marketing company that just launched in June. They just took this product or a product similar, and it's basically the same. It's a ring, but the whole thing is nothing but clear silicone, and they infuse the silicone on the ends, and the ends is what you put in your nose, and it's a big ring. It's much larger than ours, about 2 to 3 times the size, and it's what's touching the skin. It's almost like taking essential oils, putting it on your finger, and then putting it on the inside of your nostrils. Okay, because the balls are infused with the essential oils on other products. Okay, but I gotta be candid with you. I don't care what anybody else sells. The only reason you know is because you've gone looking for it. You know, whatever it is that you're looking for, you're gonna find it. If you're looking for the reason why it won't work, I promise you'll find it. If you're looking for the reason why you can go diamond using this, I promise you'll find that as well. So whatever it is that you focus on starts to expand. And so what I would recommend you do is focus on what it is that you have, not what your competitors have. I've never, ever built my business based on what someone else have, and I've got to sell against it. I know what I have here, okay? And so some of you never even heard of a mood enhancer until we announced it, and you've gone on the internet and you've confused yourself with what's out there. Let me go create all of this other stuff and bring it in my mind so that I could have 0 sales. Okay? So the thing I would focus on is the script. Many of you saw the script. We have it in the back office. And it's a real simple script that we have. We'll be training more on this script on Saturday. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bring a couple of our Project 72 people, and they are going to do a training session this coming Saturday on Flight School, and that way you'll be able to see exactly what they're doing and how they're getting some great results. Okay. Now, a couple things about the script. I want to go to a section now as we close it, and I want to call it "If It Don't Make Dollars, It Don't Make Sense." Can I have everybody say that at the end? If it don't make,
it don't make sense.
Right now, they're not having, Mark and T. Gray right now are not. They don't have common sense right now. Okay.
Oh my God.
So Yaz, all right. So when I say "if it don't make dollars," that's y'all's part. And then the Zents is Kitchi and Yaz's part, okay? Can you guys follow those instructions?
Yes, sir.
If you had your Zents in, maybe. Oh, Mark, so you got it.
I got it.
Both of. Well, I can't even see it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. All right. It's so invisible. All right. If it don't make
dollars.
Oh my God.
T. Gray is horrible.
I'm sorry.
You didn't even see it.
I did.
You didn't.
Okay,
He said.
do it again.
He said.
You
dollars.
did it right, Mark. You did it right.
Did T. Gray do it right?
He did it.
T. Gray didn't do it right,
T. Gray
right?
did it right.
You're making me look bad up here.
Okay.
I'm gonna call Bill Genius on you.
Okay.
If it don't make
dollars,
it don't make.
sense.
There we go. All right.
T. Gray is remedial.
I told you guys, good help is hard to find. Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. So I want to talk to you about 2 concepts. Are we? Okay.
I did it. I just did it.
What time is it now?
You got it.
11:42 a.m.
Oh, I'll be done in 5 minutes.
You sure?
Yeah. But keep pushing it anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go, guys. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Let me give you 2 concepts. I want to give you a concept that's called buy, then sell, and a concept called sell, then buy. Why are we having so much success? Because I taught the Project 72 team these concepts, and I want to teach them to you. Buy, then sell concepts is a concept that we use for anyone. That means that anyone can build the business who's got money. So that means you can go out and buy the product. Buy the product. You've got money, you go out and purchase it, and you can sell the product. Now, obviously, as we told you, we will be utilizing our technology and information to reach out to customers as well. We'll be giving free samples. Not initially, we're using all of this inventory for you, but we're going to be doing that, dripping on your customers, not forcing it on them. And you're going to start seeing you're going to be looking at your volume and like, where does volume come from? Okay. And we'll be doing the same with Build Genius here in the United States for all of you who have customers in US. But you can buy your promos or buy product and then you can sell it. Okay. Which is great. That's traditional. But I want to talk to you about the concept of sell, then buy. Okay. Sell, then buy is one of my favorite concepts. And it is when you actually utilize a script. You don't have any money. I'll never forget when I was working a business and people say, well, how did you sell $3 billion worth of coffee? It's because I had a lot of people who had no money. And I never forget, I had a guy showed up to my meeting and at the end, he says, man, I'd love to get started. I said, well, let me ask you a question. Which package makes most sense for you? Back then I said cents instead of cents. He said, well, the big package does. I said, well, let's get you started with the big package. He says, well, I don't have the money. I said, you're exactly who I'm looking for. And it threw him for a loop. He says, well, what do you mean? I say, so are you telling me if money was not your issue, you'd get started with the big pack? He said, of course I would. And the big pack was $1,300. I said, well, great. I said, well, listen, I've got a training right after this meeting is going to right after the meeting is over. I'm actually going to show you how we're going to get you started with the big pack. Okay. And so he was sitting there mesmerized because he's like, wow, maybe is HB going to loan me the money? They got a credit program. And so when the meeting was over, I held a meeting with about 3 people who had that issue. And I said, guys, listen, you are the perfect students. You are the people that I'm actually looking for. They're like, well, we don't have any money. I said, I know. This is why I'm looking for you. And I took out a script that I had developed to sell coffee. And I said, hey, listen, how many of you have a list of 25 people that you know of right now? Okay. I said, if you were actually launching a coffee shop, how many people would come to your grand opening? Do you know 25 people in your phone that if you had a grand opening and you were launching a coffee shop, that they would actually come and participate at your grand opening? Each one of them said, of course, yeah, if I had a coffee store, I got 25 people who would come. I say, great, here's what we're going to do. We're going to utilize this script, and it was very similar to the script that we have here. And the average person back then was buying 2 boxes of my coffee when we use the script. And what we do is we use the script, call them up, say, hey, listen, I need a favor from you. Hey, listen, I'm actually launching a company. As a matter of fact, I'm launching it with 2 flavors of coffee. Launching a coffee company. I'm launching with 2 flavors of coffee. And the reason I'm calling is because I'd like for you to participate and become one of my preferred customers. Now, hold on. Before you say yes, I want you to know that if you don't absolutely fall in love with my coffee, I'll give you 100% of your money back. I actually have black and I have latte. Let me ask you a question. Which flavor do you like best? And they say it. And then they'll say, well, how many of each box would you like to start with? And the average person was actually selling about 2 to 3, sometimes 4 boxes. And I got to tell you guys this, and I should have him on this call, but the king, the king of pre-selling coffee was this guy named Sam Bean. I don't know anybody in the world who pre-sold or had their teams pre-sell more coffee than Sam Bean. Sam Bean would actually have a war room set up of distributors after training. He'd take 20 minutes, and he'd teach them the script. People who were afraid to make a phone call, people who were afraid to sell anything, and he would start off with the first call, and the next thing you know, everybody would start making these phone calls. And within 20, 30 minutes, I think the most boxes that he had sold was several hundred boxes of coffee. And I think he had done like $15,000 in business in 20 minutes or something like that by pre-selling coffee. And this is how we did $3 billion in sales, because people would get so inspired. We'd get them their 25 customers, 50 boxes of coffee that was sold, at $30 a box, it was $1,500. Now, the kit came with, I think, 80 boxes of coffee. So they'll take the remainder 30 boxes of coffee. They've got $200 in profit. When they sold the rest of the 30 boxes, they also had another, 30 times 30, they had another $900 in profit. And so that was one of the ways that we sold and did $3 billion in business, because it made it available and affordable for anyone. They collected the money, and here's what I told them. When we did it before, we do something real simple. Say, hey, listen, great, no problem. We got you down for your 2 boxes. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be in your neighborhood tomorrow. I'm going to stop by, and I'll pick up the cash and drop your boxes off. I've got a couple of other deliveries that I'll be making. And for those people, it was like, I couldn't believe this. And we took people who didn't have any money whatsoever, and they pre-sold their way into the business. And we had a lady who had no organization. And I have to use a disclaimer for this. She had 0 organization. And she was making over $100,000 a year simply selling coffee. And ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you that it's nothing but another golf club in the golf bag in terms of business. I got a testimonial. I think I want to see if I can pull it up here, and if I can find this testimonial. I think this is pretty cool. Let me see if I can find this testimonial. I've been dropping them in our diamond chats, but our leaders have been dropping chats in the Project 72 chat, and let me see if I can find this one here. Here it is. Okay. It says, hello everyone. We are promoting pre-sales on our team, and we are creating a lot of success stories. For example, yesterday we had a 19-year-old ambassador who had no money in her hands, and she pre-sold 24 boxes of Zents in less than 5 hours using the script. So she bought her Zents promo pack with the money earned, with the money earned, and had profit left over. Just one of the success stories that we're creating, and we will keep creating with this launch. Let's keep the momentum up. Okay, I mean, so many different testimonials that are coming in our chat group because of people being able to sell and then buy. They get the commitments from the customer, they get the money, they buy their package, they have the profit left over, they're qualified in the business, and they start to see volume go up. So pretty cool stuff. So sell then buy then sell, the 2 concepts that you can work with. Now, last thing I want to talk to you about, and then I've got something that somebody I want to recognize. I want to show you about your promo packs. When we talk about it don't make dollars, it don't make
Zents.
if it don't make
Money.
Dollars.
Oh, dollars.
okay, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Okay, don't worry. T. Gray, what is that app we use to find new employees?
No.
Indeed. Okay. All right. We're looking for some people to help us with promotions when I'm doing the call. Okay. Yes, indeed. You need to. T. Gray, I actually need you to find your Mark's replacement. Indeed. All right.
2 Hebrew slaves.
Okay.
Whoa.
All righty. All right, so let's go ahead and go through this real quick. I want to share with you how you can look at your business, and some of you are doing this right now. I know I won't call names, but we've got pins that are already breaking like crazy. What you're going to notice in ibuumerang, and I want to tell some of you this, specifically those of you who participated maybe in travel businesses only or digital businesses only, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. And guess what? You can still do that here in ibuumerang. Do you notice that none of these come in our initial packs? You know, I was so grateful that one of our leaders thought it was a little, he thought it was a little loophole in our system that if you already had a first class pack, you can order or upgrade. I mean, if you didn't have a first class pack, you can upgrade and get product free. But if you join the business and get a first class, no product came with it. And he says, well, why don't I just have them get a standby and then upgrade? Well, that's what we want you to do. Why did we do it that way? So that you have an option. We didn't want to force everyone who joined the business to automatically have products. Some people just say, hey, I love what ibuumerang has for travel, and that's what I want to focus on. It doesn't make sense to me yet, okay? And so we wanted to give you that option. So if you have people and they want the product, have them get a standby and then do the upgrade at the same time, and then they'll get the free product. We know that. You're not hurting the company. We designed it that way, okay? But here's what you can do. It's time to rank up or shut up, as some of them said before. Here's one of the ways that you can rank up, okay? Let's look at some ranks and what does it require in terms of packs. This is when you're going to start seeing the people who have the biggest groups are not necessarily the only ones who can make the biggest money. It's the people who create the most volume. And now you've got a lot more participation of volume, where volume can come from, and you're going to start to see incomes are going to start to go through the roof. Through the roof. Director, 2,500 in volume. The max, 1,250 per leg. That means that to go director, you have to have 10 packs, promotional packs, go through your organization. Okay? 10 packs. So let's just, 10 packs will actually take you to director. Senior director, a total of 20 packs in your organization. Okay? This is not including subscription volume. This is not including other people joining the business. This is not including, some of the other stuff. This is just on packs alone. Executive director, 40 packs. Okay? I have to give up a big shout out to Tawana Houston, who actually, I saw and listened to her train her group on this. And it wasn't the PowerPoint. It was her energy that I heard. I heard a new ambassador, and I heard a different type of life in her voice. And I sent it to our team. I said, guys, take this and just kind of modify it a little bit here. But this, I give credit to her for putting this together and teaching her team how to rank up and laying the plan out. That's what leaders are supposed to do. Kudos to you. So if you look at this here, 40 packs in your organization can take you to executive director. And if you've got the 500 QB packs, gotcha. 20 packs can actually do it as well. So you'll see the difference between the packs. The promo packs, you got a 250 pack, 500 packs. Executive director with 250 packs is 40. The 500 packs, only 20 packs needed, and your executive director. Sapphire to Emerald, 60 packs to go Sapphire if you have the 250 packs, 30 packs if they're the 500 packs. So what if you've got a group of 100 people in your organization who are active right now, but you never hit Sapphire? Okay? Holding calls and letting them know what's going on, having 30 people upgrade or 30 packs that go through in your organization, you're Sapphire. I think we broke, Luis and Fernanda broke a Sapphire in Chile just one day after the promotion started, just because of how simple this is. Ruby, 160 250 packs or 80 500 packs. Emerald, 320 250 packs or 160 $500 packs throughout the organization. And remember, you can have 160 people who sell, then buy. Or a combination of those who buy and sell and buy. Diamond, 800 packs of 250, 400, $500 packs, okay? Going through your organization and so on and so forth. But if you look at it, Presidential Diamond, 4,000 packs going through your organization, and that's Presidential Diamond. And you are actually trying to get up there with your GMA, Edwin Haynes, at Presidential Diamond. And if you notice, Presidential Diamond, there's some pretty good money at all of these ranks here, between Diamond and Presidential Diamond and even above. So take a screenshot of this so that way you'll know, and make sure that you have it with your groups. And I think we can make this available.
Yeah, and the next slide has them all together. So if you go to the next slide.
Okay. The next slide has them all together, and you'll be able to see what it takes to get all the way up to Presidential Diamond with these here. And I think when you get Presidential Diamond, you got a question for me? When you get to Presidential Diamond, I think you'll figure out how to get to Crown. Yes, T. Gray.
People are asking, what do you mean by packs?
Okay. What do I mean by packs? Okay. We've got Zents packs that are available in your back office. So we've got a 250 upgrade pack. Let's just, for example, I'm sorry, forget about the upgrades. Let's say that you already are at first class and you want product. We've got 2 packages that are designed for the first class people. We've got a $250 pack that comes with 250 QV. But here's the cool part. We're giving you extra free product. All right? So you won't be able to buy this amount of product for $250 ever again. All right? Ever again. And we've got a $500 pack. When you get the $500 pack, it's going to come with extra product. How much extra product does it come with, T. Gray? I'm not looking at that on the screen.
Extra comes with extra 10.
It comes with an extra 10 boxes of. It just makes sense to get the top pack. Okay, so you'll get extra product, and you've got 500 QV on that package. For those people who are not at first class, you can upgrade. And here's what I want you to know. If you're right now just at standby, you can now upgrade. When you upgrade from standby to coach, it's $250. You're paying for what you're getting, and that is your upgrade. We are giving you for free the extra product. You're not buying Zents on the upgrade. You're actually buying your upgrade, and we're giving you a trial of the Zents. Okay? We're giving that to you. Now, this product will not be here until October. I'm saying end of October. It could come sooner. So I want you to manage those expectations with yourself and your customers as well. Okay? Manage those expectations. You can also buy an upgrade from standby to business class. And you can buy standby to first class. And you get free product. So if a person says, hey, I want to join, I'm ready to join the business, and I'm ready for my first class, you can tell them, hey, listen, we just launched a brand new concept. It won't cost you anything extra. If you want that product, let's get you standby, and then let's go in and upgrade you, and you'll get free product. But if they go straight in for their first class pack, it comes with no product. Okay? It comes with no product. I'm just letting you know. And there's reasons why we want to give options. There's certain people who they don't want any product. We don't have any product that comes, and we don't force product on anyone. But for those of you who see the vision, you go at it, okay? We're not taking ibuumerang and making it a product company. We are a prib company, all right? We are a prib company. And right now we are launching two of the newest concepts in our prib. One's digital, which is Build Genius, and one is technology-based, wearable technology-based, which is physical, and that is Zents, okay? So that's how that works. Any other questions we had, T. Gray, that are coming through?
Is the unilevel fast start being paid on the Zents upgrade?
Okay, let's talk money. Because if it don't make
Dollars.
It don't make.
And that question comes from Edison in Dallas.
In Dallas?
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. Dual team. No, it's not supposed to say money. You're supposed to say dollars. And not dollars. 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 All right? So if I catch you guys off guard, it's just supposed to be automatic.
Dollars.
You know why, Mark? Let me tell you why it's supposed to be automatic. Because if it don't make
Dollars.
it don't make
Cents.
Kitsia, look on Indeed. You need to replace yourself.
We're getting killed in the chat.
Y'all getting killed over there, right?
They're killing us in the chat right now.
She said she's monitoring. You're just supposed to hear that, right? It's like automatic, right? Guys, listen. I'm going to have them trained by the end of the day. I promise you, they will be trained, okay?
Is it Big Money Thursday yet?
No, it's Big Money Wednesday.
Okay.
Huge Money Wednesday. So yes, huge money into the binary. So any of the packages that are purchased for upgrade will go into the binary, just like normal. Any people who have who are already at first class, and you purchase packages, those are reorders. That money goes into the uni level. Okay? Into the uni level. And watch what starts to happen, ladies and gentlemen. As time go on, I don't want to make predictions, but as things go on over the next 90 days to 180 days, and the world catches on and comes to their senses, watch what happens in the back office. This is when you're going to start to see that generational leadership bonus. You're going to see it go berserk. Right now, the volume that you're watching in your back office is $100. $100, $100. You're going to start seeing individuals in your organization, their circle alone is going to be 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, because that's the amount of product that they're moving monthly. Okay? And when you start to see that, you're going to start to see these incomes. People wonder, how did I break records in income? I didn't do it because I'm this heavy recruiter or I'm this genius. No, I planned it all. I had a strategy before I joined the company. And then I became the VP of sales and then the chief visionary officer, but I made my money from the comp plan. So I architected all of the promotions and the culture of our company to create the largest checks in the history of network marketing on a residual basis. Do you think I forgot what I did? Or do you think I'm a little bit better at doing it? And some of you are going to witness it as it starts to unfold. It's impossible to do just with subscriptions alone. You've got to have a volume-based component. And that's what you're going to start seeing in ibuumerang. And it's going to get pretty. Big time pretty. Yes, Tigre, another question.
Another question is, can customers purchase directly and can customers reorder?
Customers will be able to purchase directly and customers will be able to reorder. We are building a retail shopping cart that's designed for everything. I'll give you guys one little hint. You know, right now when you go and you use your boomerang can get your Bill Genius customers right now. Right now you see this drop down list, right? And it says, iGo, Vibe Ride, Vibe Drive. Now it says Bill Genius. We are working and developing a technology on what's called a genius code. It was going to be a smart code, but we're going to call it a genius code. And that is one boomerang that will be able to do everything to any of your customers will be able to be in an environment. It will send them directly to what they want first, but they'll see everything else right after they activate what they want. So if they want the iGo platform, boom, it's going to take them right there. They activate their iGo, they get their membership, and immediately they're going to be able to see the other stuff provided all by iGo. And you will never have to send all of these individual boomerangs to people. Guys, trust me, we know what we're doing. We've got it. It takes time. We're developing that technology. Nobody's ever done it. And our whole goal is to make that prayer pay you. Any other questions, T. Gray, before I went in on this recognition?
No, sir, you just slayed him.
Okay, awesome. He said, I just slayed you. Why? Because if it don't make,
Dollars!
it don't make.
Zins.
And Kevin's over there. You need to go look up on Indeed, Kevin. You ever heard of Indeed? You ever heard of it? Okay, go look up on Indeed. Guys, we got to get rid of Kevin now, okay?
Steven in the chat said he's ready to replace any of us that aren't getting it right.
Oh, Steven, you know what? We might need you, okay? All right, so anyway, but listen, why do you want to do all of this rank up and work the magic? Because I can tell you right now, there is one guy who has worked their magic. Somebody who's actually started in the business, and they've only been here for 8 months. 8 months. But what they did is they actually put their organization together, and they've been working through leadership. They've been strategizing on how to build their business the right way. And what they've done is they've blown through ranks, created other ranks, and making money. This past weekend, we recognized them, and we recognized them incorrectly. See, I want to tell you something about ibuumerang. I will never be too big to say I made a mistake. And we made a big mistake. We recognized Michael Jex at $100,000 ring earner. And when we looked, the man made $100,000 his first 60-something days. So, I think it was maybe less than 90 days. And we're looking like, how did we get that wrong? And I talked with our team, and our team looked, and we're like, well, we just didn't anticipate, because he's like so quiet. He doesn't cause a lot of issues, doesn't call customer service a lot. We just never anticipated that he had made that much money. He was actually closer to $500,000 than he was the $250,000. But right now, we're still recognizing, and I want to give national recognition to Mr. Michael Jex and Francesca for $250,000 ring. And as Edwin Haynes says, that means that they earned from $250,000 all the way up to $499,000.99. And he's closer to that one, and he still hasn't completed his first year in business. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's give some big kudos to Michael Jex in the chat. And Michael, on behalf of the entire company and the team, we celebrate you, and I apologize for making that mistake, but we won't make any more. And I tell you, we've got some big, big rings for you coming, and that's the $250,000 ring. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as we end this session here, I want to let you know that for those of you who have new people who are coming into the business to watch, Vision tickets still can be purchased. See, that's the beauty of this virtual event as well, is that they can still come in to this day and they can purchase the Vision tickets right now and go back and watch everything that's available. And I can tell you right now, it is worth every single penny and every single second that you're going to sit there and get yourself educated. I'm going to go over to Mark Kithcart right now. See, I'm trying to switch to screens. I'm still hooked like I'm in the cube right now. And we're going to go over there to Mark Kithcart, but we're going to go with audio.
The other thing they can do is if you are at basic, you can still upgrade to all access.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and if you're at premium, you can upgrade to all access. All access is where it's at. That's where you get all of the content.
All access is like going in, not having all access is like going into a buffet and they say, you see over here where the meat and potatoes are? This is not for you. You can only have the salads. Okay? So you can still upgrade your upgrade to all access from the basic or from the premium. You can upgrade and have access to everything. I can tell you right now, just the all access trainings themselves, one leadership training is worth the all access price. Just one. You pick any one of those, and if you don't think it's worth it, you know what? Have a private conversation with me, and I'll give you your money back. I will. Okay? Is that a great guarantee or what?
Great guarantee. Yeah.
Okay? If you don't think it was worth it, any one of those trainings, if you don't think it was worth $179 or whatever the price is, that's how confident I am in them. Okay? And that's for any new person coming in or yourself as well by upgrading and doing that. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's pack out our training coming this Saturday. I appreciate each and every one of you. We had an incredible time with you. I can't wait for the next event. We got some great big announcements that's going to be coming up very, very soon. And by the way, because of high demand, we are keeping the special promotion going for now. And so we're going to watch the sales daily. And so between now and Friday, it could end anywhere between now and Friday. And if you guys are cranking it, we'll go all the way up until Sunday, midnight, and shut the special off then. Happy Volume Day. Why? Because if it don't make
Dollars.
it don't make.
Then.
All righty. I'll see you guys later. Boom. I got it. Bye-bye.